My name is Ray, and I'll be the interviewer, and I'll be the MC and the moderator for this panel talk. So this panel talk is about the musicians, the artists, they are going to be international and how they can be international. Ladies and gentlemen, the first guests. If you ever love Nancy Gorang, if you ever love me, Gorang like me, you love this girl, RamenGvrl on the stage. And DRWay. Ladies and gentlemen, Gali! Alright, the third one. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Virmin from FEM Far East Movement. The Hong Kong local hero, MC Jin! So, would you please say the official hello to every fans on the stage?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I go by the name of RamenGvrl, and I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet everybody here.
大家好，我是 Gali， 我来自上海。
How's it going? My name is DJ Virmin from the Far East Movement, representing Los Angeles, California.
Hey, you already know what I'ma say. First of all, shout out to our moderator, Ray.
Hey.
Then we got RamenGvrl. I'ma send a shout out your way, cause I also like to eat ramen every day. Then we got Gali. I'll spit it in a hurry. I go to Shanghai where I holla at some curry. DJ Virmin, always in a mix. I stay fly like a G6. And right now, even before the panel can begin, I'ma introduce myself real quick. My name is MC Jin. Woo!
So we're gonna talk about how you guys turn to international. Basically, my logic will be like, if you want to be international, there has to be a turning point. Like
Yeah.
Gali, 你的 turning point 转折点其实是综艺，那个综艺改变了你的一切，一下让你出来了。Ramen, I think you have your turning point. I think there's a song.
Yeah.
We got it selected by the Need for Speed game,
Yeah.
right?
So that was definitely one of my turning points of like,
Yeah.
you know, going international.
Exactly.
So like it was when my song I Am Me, it's called I Am
Yeah,
Me,
I Am Me,
like,
yeah.
got into the game Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like in
Which episode? Which one? Need for Speed.
Need for Speed Heat.
Heat.
Yeah, the one that's very like Y2K neon and shit.
Heat.
And also like my other song got into the NBA
2K?
2K.
Yes.
Yeah, NBA 2K game. My Kashmir song, Cardi B, T.I., and Chance the Rapper like also reacted to it. And then there's a couple of collaborations after that like got me into the,
I see.
the international sphere. Oh, and also speaking of collaboration, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what like got me into, more of the international like audience.
That's PH1.
Yeah, that's PH1. Like, it's always important to like kind of be strategic about like if you want to go international, right? I think it's good to be strategic about like who you collaborate with. For example, why PH1 is because, well, again, music first. I fucking love his shit.
Yep.
But also the second point is, like people in Indonesia really fuck with K-pop and K-hip hop.
Yeah, I was in Jakarta and I went to a lot of shopping malls and
all the beauty brands, even the
Yeah.
ones from Indonesia, like the brand ambassadors are like Koreans, which is kind of crazy to me.
it is crazy.
But like that's the thing, like just to be strategic about it, like when the collaboration with PH1 came out, like everybody, like not even just the international audience, even people from Indonesia also was like
yeah.
tapping in.
Yeah.
So
For
yeah,
sure.
it's collaboration.
那咖喱呢？哪一个时间点你会觉得 ，dang，哥们儿是不是要往更高走了？哥们儿是不是要往更远走了？
我觉得可能是23年吗？23年底的时候，因为我那个时候跟 Live Nation 有一些合作，然后 Live Nation 他会介绍我去，比如说一些澳洲的音乐节啊，
看到了有。
然后可能还会制定一些，比如说东南亚的一些巡演的计划。
可是这个时候就有问题来了。我想问一个问题：如果你真的去到了一个 a place they do not speak Chinese and you have a show， 你有一个现场演出 ，but it turns out the audiences are Chinese， 你觉得那还是 international 吗？
Ooh, good question.
其实我两种感觉都会有，因为你在台上演出的时候，我也有过下面其实没有什么中国人的情况。
OK， 说说看是在哪？
在澳洲的一个 Splendid Grass，OK， 有一个音乐节，OK，下面其实大部分是 white people。
哇哦！
但是其实很奇怪，就是你一开始在上面演的时候，它下面其实会很 like confused。那种感觉，他不知道你在唱什么的那种感觉，一直到说我可能 唱到最后的1/3的时候，他才慢慢能够融入你的音乐，他才了解到哦，你大概是一个做什么音乐类型的说唱歌手。
对，
其实这是两个完全不一样的状态。其实你在台上状态也是完全不一样的，因为底下给你的反馈是不一样的。
对，肯定不一样。
那因为很多可能我们自己在，比如说我在上海啊，在成都啊，在北京啊，可能很多城市的听众他会比较内敛一点，但在
会站着这样拿手机拍，
对，可能不一样，他们台下的状态也不一样。
I see，
对
I see， 我觉得很有意思，这个其实就是一个 culture shock 的故事。And also I gotta ask Vermin some questions about like since Jin mentioned about ABC, and then there's another song which is called Millionaire. I think you got yes.
We're FM, yeah.
Living in the prey, I wanna be look at the sky, I'll be the millionaire.
It took me a while, but I got there.
Yeah, exactly. So, how did this collab happen? Like, you guys are the producer for ABC, that album, right?
Yeah, Kev. So
Yeah.
Kev, specifically, I remember being in this. It wasn't even a studio.
Yeah.
I recorded the ABC album at Kev's apartment, and it was in one weekend. And this just speaks to the genius that is Kev Nish. So shout out to Kev.
Shout out to Kev.
And he didn't know a single thing I was saying. It's just me and him. He's on the computer. This is not even 不是录音棚. It's just his apartment. He's got his computer. He's got a mic set up. And I'm just rapping in Cantonese. 冇錯冇錯，還睇掂睇都係我. And Kev doesn't understand anything. And I'm like, what do you think, Kev? Yo, that's fire. Let's go.
Like
And we did a whole
yeah.
album like that. So
All right. That's the whole process? Like
the story. Yeah.
All right. So let's see what Ramen's got more for us. After PH1, what you got? What is this?
Oh shit. So okay. I think like in Indonesia, let me just give a little bit of background. Like in Indonesia, we're not like other neighboring countries like China, Japan, Korea, like not even like Malaysia. Like in Indonesia, we still don't really have like the infrastructure and the culture for hip hop.
Yep.
Like who else is gonna build that community if not like the rappers themselves, you know? So that's why I created this like I don't know what you want to call it. I would say it's a creative house.
Okay.
But yeah, like one of those things that we do is like that Team Tomodachi Indonesia remix.
Yes.
Which like it was #1 trending in Indonesia. Which is crazy to us because in Indonesia again, like everything is pop ballad.
Yes.
And it's #1. So that's one of those things where we, you know, kind of like try to do these kind of organic shit where I combine like all the OG rappers in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Try to show to the Indonesian people that hey, apparently you guys love this shit. Apparently you guys fuck with hip hop too.
They fuck with that shit.
Yeah, it's
they
like
fuck with that
#1 trending, and it created a trend in Indonesia where all these people, you know, Indonesians got a lot of islands, right?
Yeah.
We got a lot of islands, ethnicities, and areas, and they all made their own remixes.
That is something about localization. And Gali 其实在于这个代表上海这一方面，我觉得你真的做得特别好。这是你现在已经到了这个位置，这是你现在身上的使命感吗？
对，其实会有一些。
因为我们注意到你的歌词当中，which我特别喜欢的一点就是你会提到很多上海的地名、坐标，
因为
故事。
我觉得我需要去做这件事情。
OK，
像我小时候被很多上海的说唱歌手影响一样，影响更多的可能更年轻的人。对，就以前没有发觉，但现在慢慢就会变成一个下意识的一个行为这样子。
因为刚刚 Ramen 在说他有一个歌在 Whole Indonesia 是非常厉害的 ，Everybody's like doing the remix of that song， 那首歌让他特别的火。你无论是亚特兰蒂斯，包括 Stripe Live， 都会让人觉得印象很深刻。所以我因为今天来了很多你的粉丝，我很想问你一个问题：你对你自己目前为止你觉得最满意的一首歌，和你觉得如果有机会可以让这首歌变得更好的一首作品，分别是什么？
我觉得没有，我觉得每一首歌都可以变得更好。就可能我这个性格的说唱歌手，我有跟很多朋友讨论过这个问题嘛。
OK，
可能我这个性格的说唱歌手会觉得说，我会永远想办法让下一首歌、下一张专辑变得更好。其实很难达到自己的最完美的一个标准。
OK， 我知道，我觉得其实正是有了这种想法，才会让你的作品变得更好，而不是说
我觉得所有的这些的想法是在推着你往前走的。
Yes, okay. And also, we're talking about being international. And Vermin, I gotta ask you one question. I mean, besides Jin, like these kind of ABC, you did collaborate with some real Chinese before, like Lei Zhang, like
Yes.
like Val.
Real Chinese. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Why did you make that? Like, this is a kind of like bold move, or
I think for us this is what we always wanted to do, was always try to bridge the gap, right? Go like to help our artists and show real talent outside of, the United States, right?
Yep.
So our thing was, we were the first Asian American, yes, to go #1. Let's just give our resources out and help other people outside.
Yes.
So we wanted to bridge the gap, and we would create ideas like, for example, we had a song with Tinashe, Marshmello, Far East Movement, and
Yeah.
Chanyeol from EXO.
Korea?
Right, so we would do that, like we
Yes.
would bridge that, and then when we went to, then we did one with China. That's why we had
Yeah.
Lei Zhang and then Far East Movement.
Yeah.
And then we would try to just emulate everything, and that's what we want to do, is create these ideas and moments where, we want to help these artists come to the other side, like, like, hey, everything is global now. It's not just one sound.
Yeah. And I got a question. Everybody loves that song like a G6. Have you ever like taken the flight in a G6 before?
Nah, if you see in the video, that was actually Enrique Iglesias' plane, and he wouldn't even let us in. He wouldn't even let us inside. So
Man, that song it's like, I think the word is, it was a phenomenon though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that was like bigger than a song. It just like took over the whole world, man. Like,
But seriously, I mean, back to that days, did you club? I mean, if you went to any club, every DJ was playing your songs. Are you getting sick of that? It's like, damn, me again.
it's such a surreal moment just to say, like, you made a song for fun.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting it to go #1. You're just doing the music because you love to do music, right? And when you see that just going, then it just gives hope to so many other artists out there. Like, man, like, we did this for the love. It wasn't for like, whoa, we gotta make another #1. We gotta do this and that. Like, I realized it just takes just one song to change your whole life.
For sure, for sure. And also, Jin, I mean, speaking about your collaboration before, I mean, the first international attempt, like, collaboration is with Lee Home. Like, what is the song called? 盖世英雄.
yeah. Well, I've always been Jinternational.
Jinternational.
So from the moment I picked up a mic, I was already Jinternational. No, so 盖世英雄绝对是一个很特别的一个作品 because the story is that Lee Home, who is top class musician,
Yeah.
singer, producer, songwriter, at the time when he reached out to me, and I've told this story, I told it to Lee Home. I didn't know who the heck he was.
Really?
He contacted my manager.
All right.
And my manager, shout out to K at the time, he's this dude from Brooklyn. He's like, yo, this guy from Taiwan, he's like a singer. He wants to do a song with you. And my first question was like, what's the budget?
What is the budget?
I didn't ask anything else.
Was it good?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But really quick, my manager was like, yo, the first thing we should do is he wants to talk to you on the phone. So I said, okay. So we get on the phone, and he was so nice. I think the most important thing, this goes back to the music that I said. It's a staple. The music has to be a staple. I don't know anything about Lee Home, but I'm talking on the phone. The two things I remember the most is he said, hey, I watch you battle, I watch you rap, and I think you're perfect for the concept of this song.
All right.
The name is 盖世英雄.
Yes.
And he explained it to me. And then he said, I also want to do this thing. And he was ahead of his time too. It has hip hop elements. It has R&B. 还有那个Beijing opera.
Yes, 京剧.
各种的元素在里面. So I'm listening and I'm like, it sounds really cool. But I'm telling you, the moment he sent me the song, I pressed play. I said, yo, this is fire. So right there, it was a no-brainer. I didn't care about the budget anymore.
Yeah.
So then I record my song, I send it back, and he's like, let's shoot a music video. The song comes out, the album comes out. I still don't really know anything about this Lee Home guy until he invites me to perform with him in Taiwan at the music award for the year. Golden Music, I think that's the name.
金曲奖
是的，是的。
Yes.
然后他有提名
Yes.
for Male Artist of the Year. So I'm like, oh, this guy he's pretty big.
He's something.
He's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And then I get to the airport. I'm sitting in the car going to my hotel. I see McDonald's. It's Lee Home.
Oh,
I
shit.
some watch. I don't know, expensive watch. Lee Home. I see skincare product. Lee Home. I said, oh, he's the man. But the top icing on the cake is when they announce 今年的最佳男歌手 Lee Home. I said, yo, I know him. I did a song with him. 这个故事我觉得我可以讲一辈子，这就是
很骄傲自豪。
因为我觉得这个故事的重点，我不是夸自己， 我只想带出一个信息，就是你很单纯去做音乐，去 just do music， 肯定是最好的效果。因为when I think about it, I just know I didn't think about any of that. I wasn't thinking about the award. I wasn't thinking about how popular is this guy. I was thinking about the budget for a little bit. But the main thing is when I heard the track, 那个哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒，该是英雄到来。I said right, so 我觉得这个体验对我来讲就是蛮有趣。也蛮有意思。
Absolutely. We're talking about how musicians are going to be international. But the question is that if a musician is widely known in his own country, does he or she have to be international or what? Why do I have to be international?
Personally, I don't think so. Why? Because like it's a case-by-case basis, right? I want to like see what else is there.
Yep.
Like I want new challenges. Then yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Put the work in, get the steps in to like go international. Now in my case and a lot of other like I see my peers in Indonesia, a lot of other artists, they do not just rap, they do hyper pop, for example. And it's so good. It is really, really good. I love their music. But in Indonesia, there's not a really like a lot of market for that.
Yep.
So every time they do like a show or event, like the people, there's people gonna come, but it's like it's a bit different because people are so used to pop and ballad, right?
Yep.
But when she like moved outside, when she did a show in like Paris and then Tokyo, like the people there are ready.
Yeah.
So I think it's not about going international. I think it's more about like finding your audience. And if your audience is outside your own home country, then why not,
Why not? Gali, 你觉得 I mean, 你都 like 在这里，你为什么还必须要 international， 或者你还想要 international 吗？
其实我还蛮同意他的回答的，就是因为我觉得每一个人可能要的东西不一样，每一个音乐人要的东西不一样。
是，
其实可能有的人，当然他会以赚钱为首要目的，那有的人可能他想获得更加多的认可。那我觉得变得国际化，其实一部分也代表了他的人变得更加的受欢迎，或者他的音乐变得更加受欢迎。
是，
那其实我觉得，这些是可能没有办法跟收入画上等号的。它其实是你想追求的另外一些东西。所以我觉得其实每一个方式它都没有错，我觉得
不用强行为了 international。
对，我觉得其实不用。我觉得更加多的其实是还是跟海外的一些交流，我觉得会比较有意思一点。
I see. Vermin, do musicians have to be international?
It's not that they don't have to be international, it's they're already international because the music already is global, right? Like anyone outside of where you're at, like they can consume your music, right? With the way, Spotify, any technology is today, right? Like you can't control where your music is gonna go. So I feel like, like you said, like you could always target and see where your music is going, but the fans will come. Your music will speak for itself.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say, like, don't think about like, oh, I'm good here. It's just you don't know, like there could be fans that love you outside, right, of where your hometown is. So it's like
you may never know.
Yeah.
I see. Thank you. And Jin?
I don't know. I think about when I was 16. 16 is when I knew for sure this is what I want to do. I have nothing else that even speaks close to me than picking up this mic, spitting these rhymes, being on stage. And when you're younger, I think the way you look at it is a little more, the word is superficial. 年轻的时候会比较肤浅. I just was like, yo, I want to be a superstar. I want to make the money. But I'll be honest, at the time, I'm not thinking international, local, right? So that's not even in my mind. But I think 10 years later, 20 years later, right? At this point in my career, I can answering from a more personal perspective.
Yeah.
It's a combination of everyone. 咖喱说的，你追求你自己的理想也是标准的。Like Ramen said, if you're in your area and you're doing good, you're making the music you want to do, you're good. But like Vermin said, especially as technology continues to do what it's doing, you can't control who likes your music.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a combination of all of it. And I just think it's exciting. 我觉得除了那个 international 不 international, whether you're local, international, I just want to say, as someone that's been doing it for 20 years plus and seeing all of the up and downs,
Yes,
man,
yes.
真的係好似過山車咁樣啦。The most important thing is the passion for it.
Absolutely.
And my story is, even at my lowest, when I thought it was over, honestly, even when I was ready to put the mic down, like I don't know if this is for me anymore, the mic in hip hop and music said to me, it's not over, Jin. And that's what I mean about, man, that's the thing you got to hold on tight to more than anything, just how much you love doing it. Everything else is actually, you know, it's going to come and go. But how long can you keep that passion for this thing? And I think for every single person here, that was the core for why they got to do what they did in wherever you are in the world. So shout out to ComplexCon. I think this is cool. I'm thankful I get to be here. Shout out to you guys.
Thank
you, Ray.
Thank you.
I don't know why I
I
turned into the host. Thank you, everybody, for coming down.
Thank you.
Make some noise for Ray, y'all.
Make some noise for New Gene. All right.
Woo!
Thank you so much for the panel talk. Let's make a picture together, right?
Sure.